Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast. This is episode 194, where me, Joel Campos, and John Hansen we get together and talk about video games. But first, I want to talk to you about my toilet. The most podcasts right there. That's when they say first, let me tell you about our sponsor. No, I want to tell you about my toilet, John.
We're getting the toilet talk out of the way first, boys.
All right. So I wake up this morning, start working. As usual, when you wake up, you're like, oh, I gotta pee. So at 7 a.m., I went pee, flushed the toilet, and I was like, man, it's flushing for an awful long time. Where it's like, so I have like an industrial style toilet. It's not a tank style. So it's like super high pressure, right? Like it's really sucking that shit in there. And it's just like a jet stream, like, and like I realized when I first flushed, I was like, all right, that took a little longer than normal. Like it was like a minute, but it stopped. And then Elise used the bathroom, and it did not stop for hours, John. This thing was going. I'm not kidding. Like, what time is it? 4:30. I want to say at like 2 o'clock, 2:30. When did I message you? No, that was recently. That was like half hour, 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I I researched how I can get it to stop, and I got it to stop. Um, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it. I contacted like my rental company, like first thing, because I was like, all right, this is a serious issue. It's like a huge waste of water. Like so many gallons of water would just flush down my toilet, basically.
Do you pay for water?
No, I don't.
All right, you
Which
got
is
that at least on your side.
yeah. Which is like that's a city of Chicago law. Is that like residents don't pay for water? Um,
Oh, I wish that was a thing.
it's just like a major city thing. I don't know. Probably because of like sanitation issues. I don't know. But either way, I contacted them right away on their website, and I know I was like, all right, it's 7:30 in the morning. Chances are nobody's there. And so I look up. They open at 9. I called them like right at 9. They're like, yeah, we're aware. We're sending someone out. And then I got a text that from the number that they use when they text the entire building, saying like, okay, like something like water's gonna get shut down or something like that. And hold on, let me read this text.
All right.
It's nothing crazy, but I actually am curious what time they sent it. So I talked to them at like 9. They said, "Hi, this is I'm not gonna dox myself, but this is the rental company. We've been alerted of plumbing issues in the building. We are sending maintenance over to figure out the problem and make any necessary repairs. We will update you all once we know more. Thank you." This was at 9:15 a.m., John. It is now 4:37. I have not seen a plumber anywhere around my building at all. And then they
They're
said,
under your building. They're in the sewer.
no, I even like went down to the basement to check. Then they said, please be aware that once the repairs are finished, the plumber and maintenance will need access to all units to make sure everything is working properly. We will send another text update once the plumber has found the problem and finished repairs. That's the last text I received. I want to say at like 2 o'clock I called them to be like, hey, my toilet's still fucking shooting water straight down the pipe. You see, luckily it's not like overflowing or anything when it's doing this, because like that would just be like, it would be mind blowing that they didn't even bring somebody. Um, but yeah, um, I called them. They're like, oh yeah, there should be a plumber there working on it now, and I was like, I have not seen a plumber, but all right. And then after that, I texted you recently. So the reason I didn't want a podcast for sure is because I don't know when the fuck this plumber is gonna come knock on my door to look at my toilet, and I'll have to let him in. And B, like I said, it's an industrial toilet, so it's loud as shit. Like even with the door closed, it was so annoying all day just sitting here.
Yeah.
I have somebody in chat saying, "Bruh, thanks for the news. Skate 3 is my thing." I'm so glad that my toilet talk has helped you realize that the new Skate game is going free to play, and we will talk about that shortly. But I need to finish about this damn toilet. So
We
I,
just
I
gotta
found.
let him get it all down the drain.
Let me get. Let me get all. Let me flush all this shit down the drain. Right. So
It's a real shitty situation.
so like even like pulling the thing to flush the toilet, it wasn't doing anything. I looked up how to turn off like the water supply to the toilet, and I finally figured it out. And when I do that, like it just doesn't do anything, which is good. But John, I ate Popeyes for lunch, right?
Oh no.
I had to poop. I had to poop, and like I'm not about to like drive to a McDonald's or something to go to the bathroom, or like I'm not gonna go to the gym just to go take a poop. Which is like it's a viable option, but like come on, do I really want to spend 40 minutes driving to and from the gym? Um, so I realized that when I turn it on and off, it's basically like flushing. So I just
Mhm.
had it off. I did my business, and then I grabbed the screwdriver, and then I flushed it. So real janky for
Alright.
now, but at least I know I can use the bathroom at home. Cause
Yeah,
like,
you got that.
but yeah, no sign of any plumber. It's 4:40 p.m. I don't know. Maybe the plumber's working remote today. Who knows, John? Who knows? But
All
yeah,
right.
that's the story of my toilet. Jill Zoo, thanks for being a first time chatter in the stream. Welcome,
We also got Ryan Madsen on YouTube said hi. What's up, Ryan?
Ryan. Have you had any toilet issues lately? Let us know in the comments below. But anyway, we are here to talk about video games. We're going to talk all about the new Skate game that was recently announced, and then today they kind of dove a little deeper into it. We're
Two
going to
years
talk
ago it was
about,
announced.
well, yes, but like they just recently started talking about it again, like a month ago. Um, apparently, another goddamn Kirby game was announced.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and then we are going to talk about some stuffs. But at any
Some
rate, you
plot
could
twist.
some plot twists. You could follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street, where you can find our pinned tweet, which has invites to our Discord channel. Join that. Me and John are be playing a fuck ton of Splatoon 3 when it comes out, like an unhealthy amount, because I
Yeah,
can't wait for that game. Um, John, the plumber's here.
of
Hold on,
course.
hold on,
All
hold on.
right, all right. I'll
You
I'll
go.
hold I'll hold it down, I guess. What's up, guys? Like he said, you can join our Discord and join us. We have a thing that we do every now and then called Pal Party Nights. It's just a game night with community members. We've played Werewolf. We've played Among Us. We've played a bunch of stuff on there. As you just watch Joel and the plumber walk around in the back as they stare at me, talking to no one here. So yeah, um, while Joel is away, how about you let me know in the chat how you are feeling about Skate, since we're going to talk about that, because I have never played Skate before, and I know Joel loves it. Someone else in the chat just said that they were very excited, so we're definitely going to be talking about that here once Joel actually gets a chance to come back here and talk with me. I should actually probably pull up his Twitch here and
It
see if anyone's
might be a little bit, John.
You're
Just keep
back?
filling
Okay.
time. I'm not
I'm
back.
gonna just fill as much time as I can. So yeah. Um Let me pull up Joel's Twitch here so I can actually see if anyone is speaking in here. Of course, Twitch has so many fucking ads, man. I am done with it. This is why I stick to YouTube. Come on. Trying to get over to a okay. Here we go. So yeah, I guess I'll just start talking about Skate 4. Or well, okay, it's not called Skate 4. It is literally called Skate. It's like Skate with a period. They were very adamant about this is not Skate 4. This is very much it's not a reboot, it's not a remaster, it's not a remake. It's a live service game that once it comes out, they're just going to continuously add things to it. It's going to live forever if it's successful, and we're all going to be happy about it. We still don't know when it's coming out. We haven't seen much gameplay yet because they are very early in development still. We are looking at, I think they were calling it the pre alpha gameplay. So very early stuff going on here. Um, but there is a playtest that you can sign up and try and lead them in the right direction with their development and everything. Uh, yeah, it's going to be free to play. There will be microtransactions. They did make sure to say that there are going to be absolutely no loot boxes, no paid areas of the maps. and no paid advantages, so it's not pay to win or anything. Although I don't know, can you really win Skate? I think it's just you doing tricks around the place, right? Let me know in the chat if I am wrong about that. But yeah, Skate looks. I mean, Skate sounds. This is the perfect direction for them to go with this. I think. Not having any experience with Skate in the past, I really think that this is the direction they needed to go. It being EA, it's always going to be
All right, I'm back.
kind of worrying when you hear free to play with Skate. Don't mind me, Joel, just talking to myself here about Skate being free to play. I
All
already
right.
went through the bullet points of what they announced today: free to play, no paid bullshit, all that
Okay, my
stuff.
my toilet's fixed. So there's good
Attaboy.
news there. The thing is, I don't know what this guy, he just changed the part on the toilet and it fixed it immediately. But apparently, it's not only my unit having this issue, so
Yeah.
they must. I don't know. Everybody's
Okay.
apartment's doing this. But yeah, Skate. It's not called Skate 4. It's
No, just
Skate with a
skate. Period.
period.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a free to play game. The way they described it is that they want to keep adding to it. Um, and what they found is with Skate 3, when they added DLCs, they just kept like separating the player base more and
That's
more as
what
it went on.
everyone found out at that time.
Yeah. Which, as you can imagine, is no good. Because, like, imagine Overwatch, for instance. Say they added 3 new maps. Like, this is what Halo used to do back in the day. Say they added 3 new maps and then, put a playlist that was only for people who had that DLC.
Hmm.
And say I had it and John didn't, because everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Overwatch and John is not
Yeah.
a fan at all. Um,
No, it's very
and
lame.
then we can't play that new playlist together because John doesn't have it and I do. But yeah, so it's going free to play. They said there will be microtransactions, which is expected for any free to play game, really.
Hmm.
They said there will be no loot box. Well, they said I think no paid loot boxes. So there might be loot boxes that are
No,
like,
no loot boxes at all. They
oh,
said that. Yeah.
I imagine there will be a battle pass of some sort because every fucking game has it.
Hmm.
No areas of the map will be paid for, which is really cool. And there's no advantages that you could pay for. Like, you won't score more points or anything by buying some sort of boost, I'd imagine, when playing somebody else online.
Yeah.
Um, you can't buy shoes that make you jump higher than everybody else. Stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I'm super excited for this. I do think it's a weird and questionable development style that they're going with, where they're just like, hey, this game's super early on. Help us
Hmm.
build it. Like, it's strange, isn't it? Like, couldn't they have just made the whole game and then been like, "Hey, we're in beta now"?
Yeah, I think I prefer that style because you're gonna have so many people that are trying to get into this early playtest expecting a better game. Which of course they
Hmm.
shouldn't go in thinking that because as I was saying while you're away, the the name they're going with the phase they're in right now is pre alpha or something
Yeah,
like that. So like it's it's incredibly not finished yet. There's going to be bugs and everything when you try this out. I don't expect this to come out for like another 2 3 years.
yeah,
Um,
probably
it
not.
it
I'd
it
say
is weird.
2024 earliest.
Yeah, it is weird having them like say. Well, they haven't said much about the game itself, but them like really trying to get people into the game this early feels off. Like it, I don't know. I get that they're trying to like get some community feedback on where they want to go with the development, but like this is a lot of skate veterans working on this game. I think they should already have a pretty good idea of what they're doing.
Yeah, they did say that they learned a lot as a team from Apex Legends, is what they compared to, which makes sense because that's another free to play game, and it's like, EA's biggest game, right? So it makes sense that they would, say that they learned a lot from that and they're going to bring a lot. Like, that's where the whole microtransaction thing comes from. Because in Apex, yeah, you can buy stuff, but it's more or less all cosmetic. And I think that's similar to how Skate will be as well. Like maybe
Mhm.
costumes, different clothes, that kind of thing. Um, But yeah, overall, I'm just super excited. Like if it's just like a prettier looking Skate 3 in a new area, I think that's gonna be really fucking rad. I'll be
Yeah,
into
they
it.
did. They did say it is a new area. What did they name it? The San
San Vansterdam or something like that.
something like that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, completely new
Yeah,
area.
it being free to play means I'll probably give it a shot. But I've never played Skate in the past, and I don't think I'm gonna like a game that's a little more realistic than Tony Hawk.
Oh, it's
Um,
great, dude. You should
I
watch some videos on it because like it is more realistic than Tony Hawk, but people do some wild shit in that's like
mm,
crazy that they can pull stunts off like they do.
I just like the arcadey feel of a Tony Hawk game, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, free to play game. Might as well download it and give it a try. Maybe I end up liking it, especially if we're like playing together or something. Uh, it's just I don't know. It's not something I'm particularly excited for, but I'm sure a lot of people just like you are. So,
Yeah, I mean the thousands of people who commented on every EA announcement ever that said "Skate, where's Skate 4? Skate 4, give me
hmm
Skate 4." That those are the people that are excited, and they have literally said, and they said it in this video too, that the fans of Skate commented that game, this new one, into existence, which is really
hmm
fucking cool to hear. Because I feel
yeah,
like a lot of devs won't admit that, right?
no.
If if Metroid
I'm
Prime remake
mhm.
happens, they're not going to be like, "Oh, we only did this because you said you wanted it." Like,
Yeah. I'm sure if you were to talk to a higher up at EA, they would probably deny it and be like, "Oh no, we had this planned
yeah,
forever ago."
no, you didn't.
But the developers themselves, what's the development team called? Full Circle
Full
or something
circle,
like that.
full circle.
They've been pretty upfront about the community and the fans and everything, which is a really cool thing to see, especially with how many toxic communities you see out there. Just from the outside looking in, it looks like a cool community.
It is cool. This is the last thing I'll say. It is cool that they seem like they're going to be very open about the development the whole way through, which is really a weird move coming from a company like EA. But
hmm
yeah, let's move on, John. Tell me about Kirby's 500th spinoff.
Kirby's Dream Buffet. So this was announced this week. Of course, it's coming to Nintendo Switch. There is no like set release date. I think all they said was it's coming out this summer. We don't know how much it's going to be yet, but this is kind of a Fall Guys like game, but it's only 4 people playing at a time. Uh, so you play as Kirby in his ball form, and you're like racing through these courses while rolling through the courses, and you're supposed to like grab strawberries and food to make your Kirby bigger, and then you all like meet up in the final round and like have a battle. So some pretty cool stuff there. If you want to pull up the
Yeah,
trailer, I'm
I'm
not
watching it
sure.
right now.
All right.
I have it going. It does look like it was heavily inspired by Fall Guys,
Yeah, absolutely. The weird
which
thing
is
to
pretty
me,
funny.
the biggest thing for this game not being Fall Guys, it's only 4 people at a time,
Yeah.
where Fall Guys is dozens. But there are like power ups and everything to help you get through, and like I said, there's like a battle thing at the end. So
Yeah,
this game could be pretty fun.
I wonder if this is supposed to be like Kirby's like version of a Mario Party type game.
Uh, I really think it's just Nintendo trying to do a Fall Guys like thing. In all honesty, I don't. It doesn't give me that Mario Party. Mario Party seems bigger than this. This seems like a very small game.
You think
Um,
this is a $60 game?
oh my god, if it is, it's gonna bomb so badly. I don't care. I'm the Nintendo fan that buys anything. I would not buy this for $60. Just looking at it right now. Maybe there's a direct later on, and this is actually a much bigger game than it appears to be. At most, this is a $30 game. That's probably what I think they'll go at. I would rather it be 20, but knowing Nintendo, we'll say 30. Yeah, so it looks all right, but man, the one thing with me is there are so many fucking Kirby games. I mean, here, real quick, I pulled this up right before we hopped on. Joel, since 2013, so let's say 9 years, how many Kirby games have released?
25.
14 Kirby games have released since 2013.
I believe it.
14 in 9 years. And that's not counting all the re releases and everything. Those are brand new games. So
I mean, I
you
feel like the 3DS got a lot of Kirby games.
it did. It got one, two, three, four, five,
So half of that
six,
list is 3DS games.
seven,
More than
over
half.
half. Yeah, eight. Yeah, the 3DS has a ton of Kirby games, but the Switch is starting to get all of them now too. Between Forgotten Land coming out this year, Dream Buffet, Star Allies, Kirby Fighters 2, and all that. So there's just so much Kirby game, and I get it. Uh, that is HAL Laboratories' big mascot. That is their baby, and they are down to support him as much as they want. Great. Kirby fans, just like the little pink puffball, you are eating well. But man, I just look at all these other franchises that Nintendo has that don't get enough representation. I'm not even going to say Mario. I'm not going to say Zelda, even though I would love more Zelda games in Nintendo.
F-Zero, John. That's a
F
big one.
Zero is the big one. Star Fox. Everyone wants a new Pikmin game. What else is out there? There's Chibi Robo that's just dead right now because they killed it on 3DS. There are a lot of games that Nintendo just don't care about as much, and Kirby doesn't seem like a massive seller to warrant this many games. It does well. Kirby does really well, but I don't. It you never see his name up there with the high sellers like Mario and Zelda and all these other like big time Nintendo games. I don't know. I love Kirby games, but I am just I'm remember earlier this year when I was talking about, man, I'm tired of seeing Pokemon. I'm getting to that point with Kirby now. I'm still
It's
gonna
gonna
play.
it's gonna be a 6-month cycle, John.
It
Now you're tired
is,
of Kirby, and then Pokemon's gonna come, and you're gonna
and
play
I'm
that
gonna
and
be
be
like,
like,
I'm
man, I'm
tired.
tired of Pokemon. And then
Yeah,
Kirby's
and
gonna
then
come
another
back.
Kirby comes out. Yeah, whatever. Uh, I love these games still. I think they're very good, except for Star Allies. It's it is what it is. Do you have any interest in this? Let's say it was a $20 game. Would you buy this and play it with me?
No, I wouldn't,
Actually,
John. John,
hmm,
I'm gonna be honest with you, full transparency. I wouldn't pay $5 and play this with you.
in all honesty, I think the perfect thing for this game to be is
Nintendo
included
Switch
it
Online.
in
That's where
SO
it needs to
expansion.
be.
I really could see them doing that because this really feels like, what was the recent thing that they put in there? Maybe not recent, maybe a couple months ago, but there was something that they put in there that I was like, wow, that was surprising to see. I think it was like a whole, oh, it was Mario Kart, the
The DLC.
courses. Yeah. So
Yeah, but they've been doing that with the DLCs. I don't think they've put a full Switch game on there.
I want to say there's one, but I could be wrong. Fill up some time and I will look.
I'm looking to Nintendo Switch
Oh, okay. Don't
Online
mind me. I'm looking
game
at
list.
games. Yeah.
It's all like NES games and shit.
Yeah, it's N64, NES, SNES. We got the Splatoon 2 expansion, which actually I need to download. I want to give that a try. Sega Genesis games, Mario Kart,
That's the thing is like,
Animal Crossing Happy Home Paradise.
yeah, all DLCs. That's the thing is like Nintendo, like we've seen in the past, they like rarely go on sale. So
Hmm.
the fact that they would put them up on that would be very surprising to me.
I don't know. This just feels like it could. I feel like that's the best course for this one. Get it? Because Dream Buffet, best
I I
course.
I agree, but we're just so spoiled with things like Game Pass and now PlayStation Plus to where we kind of hope for that for games like this that it's like, I really don't want to pay for it, but I would probably play it if it was free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest though. Even if it was free, John, I don't know if I would try it.
You'll play
I'm
it
just
with
not a huge Kirby fan.
whatever. You're just turning down the game of the year, Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
All right, buy it for me then if you love it so much.
Just download it. Oh wait, no, we don't game share on Switch. Whatever.
No, sir. All right, moving on. John, you brought this topic up in the Discord, so I'll let you discuss.
Yeah. So this week I wrote a couple articles for GamePro.com. Go ahead and check it out. I did the top 10 best and the top 10 worst uh, game plot twists. Well, the ending plot game twist. Ending plot twists in video games. So things that happen towards the end of the game, and there's it really got me thinking. I wanted to hear what some people had to say. So we'll go in here and check out what some of our Discord community had to say, because there was quite a few given to me here. So yeah, I posted on here, what are your favorite and least favorite twists in video games, just in general, not just the ending ones. We got Chad Mike Innes, who says the Burial at Sea DLC for Bioshock Infinite and all of its revelations about how Rapture and Columbia are related. Before we go any further with there, Bioshock is one of my favorite game series of all times, and it does have the best plot twists ever.
Never
I'll
played
talk about.
any Bioshock game.
They're so good.
I'm
Don't.
too scared. Too scared.
It's not a scary game. There
Too
might be
scared.
like,
John, I started it. Too
uh-huh.
scared. Too scared.
Joel, we're gonna do a let's play series
Too
or a
scared.
stream,
Too scared.
and I'm making you play. I don't care if I have to hijack your wedding and put up Bioshock. I'm making you play this game
Too
because
scared.
it's so damn good. It really is. Um, where was I? I accidentally clicked out of it. Damn it. Then we got Mike Zoke, who he brought up a lot of games here. So his first one was Dead Space's Twist with Isaac is definitely one of my favorites. I won't go into specifics there, but something happens. He said he also likes Alan Wake's Twist. He likes the Jack 2 one. I've never played Jack 2. I have no idea. Something about a kid being younger you. That kind of sounds stupid to me. Least favorite twists are harder because he generally forgets about them. But going back into the twist he does like, he likes the Messenger, Katana Zero. Katana Zero has a pretty interesting one. I enjoyed that game when it was on Game Pass. We got he loved Hades' handling of the Persephone twist. God of War's Loki twist was cool. I'll give a shout out to that one because I don't think that one's necessarily a massive twist, but I did not see it coming when it came out. Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
At the end of God of War 2018,
Oh yeah. I like that
Atreus.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that
that one
one.
was pretty good.
Play that
Persona.
game. It's one of my favorite games ever. Definitely, if you have not played
uh,
that game, go right now. Turn
Get
off the
ready for Ragnarok.
podcast, unsubscribe to us, and then resubscribe to us once you beat God of War 2018.
And then the last one he said was Persona 5 Royale's third semester twist. I haven't played Persona at all, so I have no idea. Monkey Balls says, I also like the twist in The World Ends With You. No idea what the twist is there. So let me know if I should care about that. Maybe if it's related to Kingdom Hearts, I'll care about it. And then we got Forbidden Wario, aka Spence, says, I mean, kind of obvious, but Bioshock's Would You Kindly needs to make the list for best ones. And Joel, do not look up Would You Kindly. I need you to play Bioshock.
I wanna look it up now though.
Don't do it. Like, I'm being serious. I want you to go into that game blind.
How long is
It
that
is
game?
8 hours, maybe 10. It's
12
and
hours.
you don't even need to do that. You could put it on easy, and right before the final boss happens, you can switch it to hard and get all the achievements for the difficulties on there.
Still,
That
like even
yes,
in the remaster.
yeah, they kept it in there.
Cool. Maybe I'll do that then.
All right, yeah, I need you to. What else did he say here? Also, I'm a big fan of the city AI being a Covenant engineer in Halo ODST. I don't remember that at all. For ones I hate, I really dislike the midpoint of Hyrule Warriors 2 Age of Calamity, where it turns out it isn't a prequel, but an alternate universe instead. To quote one of my favorite game reviewers, that shit gave me misery blue balls.
I didn't know that was a thing, but that
I know.
sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, eh, I wouldn't say that's one of the worst twists ever, but it is kind of lame. I also kind of get it because that wasn't a Nintendo made game. It was made by Koei Tecmo, so whatever. My
I want to
favorite.
talk. Oh, you go
Oh,
ahead. Go ahead.
were you going to talk about your favorites?
I was, but you go ahead. You do one. I'll do one.
Okay. Well, Bioshock 1 obviously is up there. That was actually the number one that I put on my favorite list. But Bioshock Infinite, which is the third game, also has an amazing twist that really got me encapsulated with multiverse theory. And ever since then, I've just kind of loved the idea of a multiverse. Maybe that's why I'm so into the MCU right now, although I was before they got into the multiverse.
Hold on.
I,
Did you see Thor yet?
no, I haven't.
Oh, come on, man. It's been a
Yeah.
week.
Has it?
Yeah, came out
No.
last week.
Maybe I'll go tonight after this. Um, but yeah, it's Bioshock Infinite is one of the my favorite games of all time, and I think it has one of the best twists. Hit me with one.
For me, Spec Ops: The Line stands out as a great
That's a
one.
good one. Yep.
Um, can we
Think
spoil?
that.
Can we spoil
Go for
here?
it.
That
That
game's
that
really old.
game that game is like a decade old. Go for it.
So, first of all, I think the gameplay in that game is a ton of fun. I love playing that game.
I don't agree on that one.
Really, I loved it.
I don't think it's great.
But anyway, basically the whole game, you know, it's a war game, right? And you're making a bunch of questionable decisions the whole time, and you're talking to this guy. I forget what his name is, but he's basically like your superior officer, right? And he's basically justifying to you, talking to you on this walkie-talkie the whole game, justifying all the decisions you made that are, you know, war crimes or like bad decisions. And then you get to the end of the game where you meet up with the guy and he's dead. Like he's already dead, and you realize that as a character, you, the player, has had like a mental health issue the whole game where you've just been envisioning this voice more or less as this guy's voice. And you've just been making all these crazy, like terrible decisions on your own. And I think that was a really cool twist to that game.
Hmm. Yeah, no, that twist is definitely up there with the most shocking and most unexpected because up until that point, Spec Ops feels like a very basic military shooter. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna hunt down this bad guy, we're gonna shoot him up and everything, and then you get there and you're like, oh shit, I committed these war crimes for nothing. I just did it because I'm bad. Like, no, that was pretty good. Another one of my favorites is Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say that one.
original Modern Warfare 2, General Shepard betraying you. That one was very unexpected. Um, I don't even think I need to go into that one. I'm sure everyone knows about that. What else? Black Ops 1, also, you being uh, brainwashed and Reznov is actually dead the entire time.
Yeah.
That one kind of has like the same thing with Spec Ops: The Line, where you like where they go into a flashback and you see what was actually happening and what he was seeing, and I really love that. Those moments are really cool. Got
Yeah,
any more?
I honestly I can't really think of any other ones that stick out to me, like
Hmm.
good or bad.
There's a game called Braid, which is a 2D side scroller.
I
I
think
think it came out.
I think that was like a 360 game, right? I think I
Yeah, it
started
was.
it at one point.
I've never played it, but I know about it. So you like have these time reversal powers, and the very last level of the game, it's all about you like saving this princess, and she runs into a castle, and you go up and save her. But you notice along the way that time is moving in reverse, and so once you get there, time goes normal again, and she's like actually running from you because you're the bad guy, and she runs to the night and gets away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a really cool twist.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, sorry. Um, some of the worst ones ever. Bionic Commando, the remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it. Have you heard about that one? You there?
Yeah, I said no.
Oh, oh. So you know how he has the bionic arm and everything?
No, I don't even know what this game is.
Oh, well, look up. Bionic Commando, and you'll see like he uses it to like
Okay, I
shoot
see
out
the picture.
grapples and like goes around. His wife is his arm. His wife has been missing the entire game, and he's like, "I need answers. Where's my wife?" Oh, your wife is in your arm because the bionic robot inside your arm needs to gel with you on a physical and an emotional level.
So, in experiments they killed his wife to put her being in his arm, or
I believe she sacrificed herself to make his arm work. I believe that's
but
what it was.
for what purpose?
Because
Like, does
the
he need this
arm
arm to live?
the arm just wouldn't work. He wouldn't have an arm if he
So
couldn't do. I don't
surely somebody else could have saved the world, right?
No, only him. I don't know. It's really stupid.
That is.
Uh, yeah, that is definitely up there with the worst. Heavy Rain has some really stupid ones. Like it doesn't make sense that Scott Shelby is the origami killer. Trying to here. I'm just gonna pull up my list that I wrote the other day because I'm kind of just going through them anyway. Do 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 do. There we go. 10 best twist endings. What else did I put in here? Do do do. Modern Warfare 2 talked about that. Resident Evil. So at the time, this was a bigger reveal than it is now. But the first Resident Evil, that Albert Wesker is a bad guy working for Umbrella.
Yeah.
Nowadays, we're like, oh yeah, Albert Wesker. He's like the biggest
Yeah,
Resident
the
Evil bad
villain.
guy. But playing that first game, I don't think it was that obvious. At
No,
least
I don't
not
think it was.
Braid that we talked about, Bioshock Infinite, Silent Hill 2, that
Mhm.
James killed his wife. So, like, do you know the story behind Silent Hill 2?
Um, I watched the Silent Hill movie. Is that relevant?
No, it's not, and it's bad. Um, so, he got a letter from his dead wife saying, "Meet me at our special place." So he goes to Silent Hill, and demons and everything. And it turns out he killed his wife, who was terminally ill, and all of those like manifestations were his demons coming out, trying to hurt him for killing his wife when he was frustrated with taking care of her. Yeah, there's a. I don't think video games have as many like big time ones, big time plot twists like movies do yet, but we're really starting to like build up on them. Uh, I don't know if you would call this a plot twist, but maybe
I
just
mean,
something.
so I've never played Death Stranding, but that game is so fucking long. There's got to be a twist or two in there somewhere.
It's Kojima, so yeah. Um, Worst ones, Uncharted 1, the fact that you're doing this like you're searching for El Dorado and you find it, and then these zombie things are attacking you because they all got sick from it. That was stupid.
So that
What
game
else?
has the Uncharted series as a whole has so many twists where it's like, oh, we're looking for this one thing, and you get there and it's like, wait, that's not the thing at all. This is actually just a map to find the thing. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, Uncharted. Have you seen the Uncharted movie yet?
No, I haven't.
You should watch it. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was a great movie for me to watch on a plane.
I heard it's okay. One of the worst plot twists ever is one that everyone saw coming before the game even released in Batman Arkham Knight. Um, so when it was when they were hyping it up and everything, Rocksteady is like, "Oh yeah, the Arkham Knight is this completely original character. We've never seen him before in the DC universe." And everyone was just like, "That's just Jason Todd, isn't it? It's Jason Todd who's one of the Robins and later becomes Red Hood." I'm like, that's just him. They're like, no, this is a completely new character. It was Jason Todd the entire time, and everyone was just like, okay. Uh, any other
That's
ones
dumb.
on here? Call of Duty Ghosts is one of the worst written games I've ever played. I like it. I think it's an okay game. It's not one of my favorites, but it's one of the worst written video games I've ever played. The campaign, not to mention one of the worst voice acted as well. But at the end, where you shoot the bad guy directly through the heart and he falls into the ocean and like gets like he's like supposed to like drown in in a train that's gone into the water, and he gets out and like beats you up and captures you. Have you played Ghost?
No, I never played it.
Oh, don't. It's not great. It's fine, but it's not. Mm-mm.
I feel like
It's
Call of Duty does a lot of twists like that, where it's like, okay, you tried after Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and it's
yeah,
just not as
Ghost.
impactful.
Yeah. Probably the most recent one we'll talk about is 12 Minutes. Did you ever play that last year?
No, I didn't. I want to though.
Okay, it's a good time loop game. I won't spoil it for you, but it's got a terrible ending. It's so bad.
I think I remember you talking about it before. How bad you thought the ending was.
It's pretty bad, and it 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 doesn't make sense, and it's just it goes to a weird place. We'll say that.
All right, John, let's move on. Let's do some quick news. I'll read these
Ah,
since you've been reading.
okay.
Um, Multiverses open beta starting July 26th, early access on July 19th. I don't think I have any interest in this.
Yeah, it's just a Super Smash Brothers clone with WB characters. I mean, it's free to play, so it's not like it's not gonna be as bad as like the Nickelodeon thing where you have to pay for it. Like I only played
I
that game
mean,
because it was free. But
exactly, that's what I'm saying. It went free. I played it once and I was like, okay, I don't think I need to play this again.
yeah, the the Nickelodeon All Star Brawl just isn't. It doesn't play well. They messed something up there. Um, but I don't know. I haven't played Multiverses, so I can't tell you if this one feels alright or not.
The fact that we didn't play the Nickelodeon one until after voice acting was added.
That
I really wish I had played before voice acting was added because I want to know what that game was like. Was it just like grunting and like what was it?
I think so. When they would like come out onto the screen, they have like a line of dialogue that's in a box. Now it's voiced, but before
Yeah.
it was just that, I think. And then I think they were like silent when they would fight.
Moving on, PlayStation announces PlayStation Stars. It's a loyalty program with digital rewards, and they made a point to say these are not
Not
NFTs.
NFTs.
Which
They are,
in my head, first of all,
these are definitely NFTs, right?
no, no, they're not NFTs, but in my head, the way I think of it is they started it as an NFT program and then
Mhm.
saw how bad reception of NFTs have been in gaming like over the last year and a half, and they pivoted it into what it is now, which is
Yeah.
hilarious to me because like there's no doubt in my mind that they were going to do NFTs with this and then they
100%.
pivoted because
It
of like the poor reception of NFTs in all games.
Sony is such a reactionary company. They don't really try and break the mold anywhere in their
Or like with Game Pass,
company.
oh, let's do that. It's popular. Let's do that.
They
Streaming. Oh yeah, let's license Microsoft's shit so that we can stream.
Yeah, Sony is not one to like break the mold by any means. They want to take uh tried and tested formulas and make it better. That's where they get all their best stuff. They It's kind of like Fortnite's thing when it took over Battle Royale. They're like, "Hey, let's make this into our own thing," and it became a massive hit. That's kind of what PlayStation does. That's just their MO for decades now. That's not a bad thing. Obviously, they are so fucking successful. Um,
The way I feel about this loyalty program is that it will be gone in the next 5 to 10 years. Like
yeah.
people just aren't gonna care that much about it, is what I'm thinking. Because like there's already trophies. Like I don't know.
Well,
I, it
so
it would have to be integrated really well into the PS5's like software
so
for me to care about it.
I didn't look close into this, but I saw that they have like these different quests and challenges. So that kind of reminded me of the Game Pass rewards thing that they have. But
Similar, yeah.
they also mentioned that like there's specific rewards for like getting a trophy. Well, being the first one to get a trophy in your region. And I was like, well, okay, completely take that away from all players. Only early people are going to be able to do that.
Well, I have a feeling that that's gonna be like a game by game basis, right? Like say I don't know, this Uncharted 1 remake comes out. Maybe the first person in each region to get the platinum trophy get, I don't know, a collector's edition of the game for free, or like a statue of some sort. I don't know, something. But who the fuck knows? Who knows what this program is going to turn into? Nobody has any idea.
It's a
Um,
small
it,
thing.
it'll be interesting. Moving
It,
on,
yeah, go
Bayonetta 3 is releasing October 28th. I have no interest. Never played Bayonetta.
either.
Up next, Halo Infinite co-op beta is supposed to be this week still. So they did a live stream, and I was watching it earlier where they were playing the,
Oh, was that
you
today?
know, yeah,
I
they
missed it.
they were playing the co-op campaign. Some interesting stuff from it. Um, if you go too far from the rest of your squad, you basically immediately get like sniped and killed, and then it spawns you back by your team. So you can't explore the whole map solo if you're a full squad. Which like I was hoping you could explore the whole map solo, but it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to.
I wasn't expecting it, but like, just like give them a warning and tell them to come back. Like,
I know.
just like
I think no, I think it does warn you, but that's just the way that they did it. Is that it kills you and spawns you back. So there's that. They did say that they're on track to release it tomorrow, the co-op flight. And if you have Game Pass or you own Halo on Xbox, you can download the Xbox Insider app. And once it goes live, you can go in there and opt into it, and then have access to it right away. But if you're playing on Steam, then you had to have signed up already on the Halo Insider website. But if you have it on Xbox, you'll be able to get it no matter what, which is really cool.
that is
Because
cool.
I was worried because like I'm signed up for the Insider stuff,
Me too.
like the Halo Waypoint Insider stuff, and I was worried like, all right, like what if I don't get the email? Like that's gonna, or what if I get it and none of my friends do?
Yeah, that
Um,
stuff's very hit and miss.
yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to try that out. I'm sure it'll be buggy at times, but it'll be fun to fuck around.
Mhm.
Moving on, a reality show for the Pokemon TCG is coming. What could this be, John?
So what I think it is, it's probably gonna be like a group of people, and they're like trying to set up a Pokemon TCG tournament or something, and just like
See, but that
follow
sounds
them.
like that sounds more like a documentary to me though than a reality show. A
Yeah,
reality show to me is like the real
drama,
world. Is the real
unneeded
world
drama.
where like every week when you watch the show there's going to be a challenge related to the TCG, and where it's like, all right, you lose, that means you're voted out of the house, or whatever it is. You're off the show. I don't know.
It could be something like that. You're stuck in this house. We've got this Charizard
Eight
blocking the door,
gamers
so you can't escape. Um,
eight gamers
it,
stuck in this house for the
yeah,
summer.
if you lose, this drowsy is going to eat your dreams and your soul. Yeah,
All I
you know,
know is if they are not contacting that man who had the jumbo cards at the tournament to be on this show, they're fucking up already.
right?
Yeah, moving on. According to Jeff Grubb and Eurogamer, 1 vs 100's lead left the studio, and that game's status is in the air. GoldenEye is in limbo with the Ukraine war, but nearly finished.
Yeah. So we had all those leaks with GoldenEye, and I was certain that was going to be revealed at the Xbox showcase. Like, there's been too many leaks around it for it to be
I
fake.
mean, one of the leaks was the achievement list with
Yeah,
pictures for each achievement.
yeah. So it's 100% real. Uh, Apparently, though, they delayed it because of the Ukraine war. Okay, I can I can understand it. The 1 versus 100 thing, uh, the whole up in the air thing, it doesn't mean like it just no one knows anything about it. Apparently, like they're
Yeah,
just like, oh yeah, this guy left and no idea what's happening now. So
I'm sure it's still
hopefully,
coming.
I would think so. Phil Spencer was very adamant about bringing that back, so I think they would find someone else to get that done.
Yeah, and last piece of quick news: Respawn Entertainment is hiring for an Apex Legends related game that may be single player. So we are never getting a Titanfall 3 ever in existence.
No, no, rip the dream.
Loops in chat says that you have a booger on your nose, John. Is this
Do
true?
I? Do I? I don't know. You're the one looking at me.
He's probably lying, probably fibbing. All right, John. I have some collectibles.
Oh,
Should I
okay.
show both off or just one off and save one for next week?
Mm, how big are they? Like, are they?
One of them I'll talk about for 30 seconds. The
Then
other
just do
one, the other one I'll talk for a while. All right, let me get their small one.
both. Okay. While you're doing that, how about I just pull something random out of this box behind me?
Here we
What
go. You ready?
is in here? Oh, hey, Sega Genesis Mini.
I actually want one of those. Did you see they announced the second one?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah,
No,
I'd like why would they come out with I don't know. That's
no, no.
dumb. So this I got on clearance at Target.
I see it's a Needler, but it's blurry. It's your
Hold
background
on.
thing.
Yeah, hold up 1 second. Fuck. All right.
Is it a Mega Constructs Needler? Cool.
Yeah, Halo Needler. It was on sale for 18 bucks, normally 60.
Nice.
So I swiped it and I bought one for a friend as well. So
Oh,
there's
is
that.
that friend me?
No, it's not you, John.
Well,
Um,
fuck
other
you
th-
too.
other thing I got in the mail the other day. It's a Steam Deck, John.
Yeah, you did.
It's a Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
So far I'm fucking loving it. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
This thing, it's literally just a computer. Like that's all it is a handheld computer, which is wild.
Yeah.
Like this thing's probably more powerful than your computer because I know your computer's a little older. So
Okay.
I'm not kidding, John. It probably
It's
is more
not
powerful.
that bad.
But this thing's fucking sweet. I was talking to you the other day on Xbox. I installed the XCloud stuff for it, which is cool. That I
So,
can play Game Pass
is
on
that an
XCloud.
official thing or not?
Let me show you. So it works the same way as like you remember when iOS was like, no, we're not going to let you do
Yeah.
XCloud.
It was through a
Um,
browser.
it's a similar thing where you just make that browser as a game in your Steam library. So when
Mm-hmm.
you click on it, it shows up with all your games, and when you click on it, it just opens that browser and signs you in automatically.
Okay.
Very
That's cool.
similar. So
So it's not like
it's
an
loading,
it's
I
not like
guess.
but it's not like a dedicated app, but it works similarly to the iPhone thing.
Yeah, it works pretty much the same exact way. I don't know why it's just a white screen right now. I've never had this
Yeah.
happen. Um,
That's
but
cool.
yeah, there's that. I
Yep.
was watching videos. This thing is like, it's an emulation powerhouse.
Yeah.
Um, to the point to where I could play up to PS3 games on here, no problem, which is
Mm-hmm.
wild. Um, and there's an emulator called EmuDeck that came out. Somebody made where it's like an emulator specifically for the Steam Deck, and
Mm-hmm.
it seems super easy to install. And um, sorry, my throat's fucked. Super easy to install, and I can install like it makes all the folders separately for me. As long as I, get the game files, I can just put them, on the Steam Deck very, very easily, which is really cool. And those games all come up in the Steam library as well, and it'll separate them by console, um, title. It puts images in there and everything for each game. So that's probably going to be my project this weekend because I ordered a. Sorry, I got to cut. Sorry. I ordered a 512 gig SD card to put all of them on.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you may know, the hard drive, the solid state drive in the Steam Deck itself is pretty small. Even though I bought the most expensive version, it's only 512 gigs, and that's the max. Which, in all honesty, John, looking back, I wish that I had bought the cheapest version of the Steam Deck at
Yeah.
$400 because this was like 650, and then with taxes like 700. But I had pre-ordered it a year ago, and if I wanted to change that now, I'd be waiting probably almost another year to get it. Because you can upgrade the lowest version of the Steam Deck to have more memory. So for like $100, maybe you could get the same storage capacity. The only difference is that this has like a matte screen, and that doesn't. But
Gotcha.
and mine has a nicer case, I guess, than the cheaper ones. But yeah, overall, I'm loving it so far. I've realized I definitely need more Steam games. I don't have that many, especially because like not all games are compatible on this yet. So
Mhm.
that's even less games that I have to play. Um,
I
but
have
yeah,
like
setting up the cloud gaming on here for Xbox was kind of a pain in the ass a little bit. Took me like 2 hours maybe, but that's because I did a step kind of wrong. So that's partly on me. Um, but yeah, it's a really cool device. People do install Windows on here as well. Like you can install Windows on it, and then you could download Game Pass games and play them natively on here, which is really cool. But right now, there's like a bunch of hoops you got to jump through to play those games and stuff, and it's just like it's not user friendly that way. And I bought this to be a user friendly way to play PC games
yeah, I was
handheld.
gonna say it's not a PC in those ways.
Yeah, and like as you can imagine, typing on this thing can be a pain in the ass. So if you have to do a bunch of typing to get something to work, it's just not fun. But
Yeah.
in other ways, I can literally buy like a USB-C dongle that lets me plug this into a monitor, and then I can set
Mhm.
up a mouse and keyboard and play that way too.
Yeah. Cool.
No, I'm just
Um,
saying it's like in that way, it's like a Switch, but like way more powerful.
yeah.
And this thing can run Switch games if you know where to
Hack
find
it.
them. No, like you don't have to hack this at all. It just emulates Switch games.
Hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, Nintendo. People are stealing your
Sorry.
shit.
That still. Um, yeah. No, but that's pretty cool. I still don't see myself ever getting one. I'm just not a PC gamer, so that my Steam library is only gonna continue to grow with how many game codes I get for like reviews and stuff. Speaking of
Okay,
which, I
John,
do.
I understand your thought process behind not wanting it because you're not a PC gamer,
Mhm.
but I definitely see a future where, say, you're looking to get a new PC. This might be a more cost effective way for you to get a PC that can run games at like 1080p, and you can like install Windows on it so you could do everything you would be doing on your desktop for
At
like
that
half
point,
the cost of a PC.
I'd rather just get a desktop that I don't have to rely on a little tablet to get me through.
Hey man, I'm telling you, this thing's pretty powerful.
Joel, how about you go ahead and sell your PC and just do all of your work, all of your podcast stuff through your Steam Deck?
I could do it. People stream
Huh?
on this thing.
Do
I
it.
don't want to though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing that.
I'm just saying, like there is a future where this is somebody's primary PC that I can, like I could totally see that. Where like this thing in the future becomes so powerful to where people are buying it as their primary PC because they can just dock it with a keyboard and mouse.
Those are some big dreams there, Joel. I don't see it happening.
John, especially hear me out. You can hook up a graphics card externally to this,
Okay.
which
At that
basically
point,
makes
just
it
get a
infinitely.
desktop.
But
Like
that's
that.
just an optional thing. Also, fun fact: Connor Kopp also just got one. I was talking to him yesterday.
Mm.
He just got a Steam Deck as well. So there are dozens of us, John.
Dozens. That's cool.
That does it
Oh,
for my
cheers.
collectibles. Um, that I'm not going to talk about games I've been playing because it hasn't really been anything crazy new. Um,
Yeah, I don't
that
have much.
that's gonna that's gonna be my gaming talk is talking about my
Okay.
Steam Deck. I'll have more to talk about next week.
I don't have much to talk about this week. New stuff this week. I have a game that I am currently. Well, I have to start it tonight, but the embargo isn't up until next Wednesday, so I'll talk about it then. Besides that, though, I've been playing Dead by Daylight again. I've been doing some guides, and I've been also playing more Fall Guys.
Wait, did they add the
Also,
dating sim to that?
no, the dating sim is going to be its own thing when it comes out. It's just a side
Oh,
game on its own. Um,
gotcha.
but yeah, Dead by Daylight's still fun. They recently had a pretty big update where they changed up some of the perks and stuff. There was also a new killer added who is really creepy. Um, I that game, I am not a horror guy really at all, but Dead by Daylight is just fun to me. I don't know why. And Fall Guys, I don't know. I feel like we've talked about this for like 3 weeks now. Fall Guys is just an easy game to enjoy. I've been playing with friends that I haven't talked to in years with it. So yeah, I there's just not much more to say about it. Fall Guys is an easy game to get into and play with friends.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Is that it?
Yeah, I there's probably something else that I'm forgetting, but I can't
All
think
right.
of it.
Well, with that, we're going to end episode 194 of the Pixel Street podcast. As always, follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. Leave us feedback in the comments below of this podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Pixel Street Videos by searching for Pixel Street Videos over there. Um, Join our Discord for Pal Party Nights. Also, check out our YouTube video because I think this weekend me and John will probably be recording a Let's Play for this escape room game that just came out on
Escape
Xbox.
Academy.
So we'll
I hope
be
it's
checking
good.
that out.
I've heard it's got
I
good
saw
reviews.
I saw Kinda Funny reviewed it and gave it an 8, which is surprising because
Pretty
they
good.
don't normally play games like that.
The guy who reviewed it for GamePer also gave it a pretty good score. So
Cool. Well, you can find me on Twitter at Campo63 or twitch.tv/Campo63, which I haven't streamed anything but the podcast on for a long time. So, yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
but
don't find me there.
we're we're gonna we're gonna stream Bioshock. Joel's gonna play Bioshock.
John's going to stream Bioshock.
You know what? If you want to just watch me play, I will play through it again.
No, I'll play it on easy. I'll play it on easy.
Okay.
John, where are you at on the internet?
On Twitter, I am at Rivik Shadows, and you can find my writing on GamePer.com. Lots of Fall Guys. I also covered some skate stuff today. Um, Besides that, I don't have much planned to be going out writing wise besides a review and some guides for a game I can't talk about until next Wednesday. Check out my best and worst articles for best plot twist and worst plot twist. And then I also did a top 10 Spider Man games of all time. Number 7 will surprise you.
Number 372 will surprise you. Well, we'll be right back here next week for episode 195 of the Pixel Street podcast.
Bye.